Today is November 2nd, 2024. As usual, when I'm not trading, I study Al Brooks. And there was a slide in there, he mentioned this, and I've experienced this on a personal level, on a trading level. So so he said this, and he had this graph which I've experienced as I traded so many times. So the graph has this. The candles are moving downwards, and then any little spike would be met with a downtrend, up, downtrend, up, down, down, up, down, downtrend. And he made this comment about novice day traders, novice traders will look at each one of those and think that the because of the dip that is lower than what the current price is, that the novice trader will go long on that trade. And then because the stop loss is so close to where that lower point is, the novice trader will keep making that trade. And but then word by word he said this. He said word by word he says this. That's what a novice trader will do. And then the novice trader will keep making that trade, and then we'll get stopped out, and we'll get stopped out, and we'll get stopped out, and the novice trader will say, well, it's not much, so it's okay. That's what he said, word by word. That's what he said. But eventually those that don't matter too much will, when they're uh multiplied together, we're talking about 10 or 15 times, $5, $10 with an account with a 10K trading challenge, or a 5K trading challenge, it's going to get closer and closer and closer, eventually getting to a point where it's hitting the daily max limit. It adds up. That's what he said that. Then I traded and I traded and I traded for the past 2 years, and I've experienced that same thing. That same thing that he described about. He says a novice trader will make a trade because it is the loss is small, purely for the reason that it is small. Instead of trading for the probability. A novice trader will trade for the least amount of loss instead of trading for the probability. The probability in that case is going to do this. Okay? And I've experienced that over and over and over and over again. That's why people talk about journaling. Okay, that's why professionals talk about journaling and how important that is. I cannot rely on my mind to make those connections, even though those connections are so easy in hindsight after the fact. But before the fact, even if it's so easy, it will take years and years to make those points cross together unless I journal it, log it down. Where if I don't, then it's going to be 2 years of this situation that's causing a traumatic situation. So in order to, okay, situation, right? So in order to fix this, that's what he says. Now I finally get it. That's it's like it's like it's amazing to me. It's like the Bible was like 15,000 pages, right? 1,500 pages, or there some 1,500 pages, and each page has, I mean, it's like 3 to 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes of reading words in it. I mean, and the meaning behind it is so deep and so threaded and so complicated. But it's like what he said finally, out of all the hours that he has on his video, I'm finally gaining traction, finding a single point in entry where it says, oh, I see it. I recognize what he's talking about. It's a single point that says, oh, there's truth. Why is there truth? Because I've experienced it. That experience ties into the reality of what the current situation is. The situation, which is he's describing real practical knowledge. But without the experience, I cannot put into my heart and mind what that really means. But I gained That first lesson, first lesson, there's a lot of lessons here, a lot of materials, lots of videos, but that's the first traction that I had from studying Al Brooks after, what is that now? Year and a half of studying. A year and a half of like going over it. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? The facts have been there. It's like, I suppose, if I am a, I suppose if I, okay, so, so I suppose it would be like this. I suppose so let's make it so I suppose it would be like uh I suppose it would be like a uh I suppose it would be it's very similar to a foreign language, I think. So let's say that I lived in the US for 50 years and I get dropped off in I dropped in Russia and I have to communicate with people who are around me. There's no way to gain traction. There's none unless there is a single point by point. That's why there's a saying called how do you eat an elephant? Okay? You eat an elephant one bite at a time. It starts somewhere. Where does it start? But there's this elephant. And it's an elephant. Okay, it's an elephant. Al Brooks trading course is an elephant. How do you eat an elephant? How do you eat Al Brooks trading course? One bite at a time. Okay? That is the first bite. The first bite. Okay? That is the first bite. I I made my first bite. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you learn something? You learn it one bite at a time. That's the first bite. It's going to take a while, but that's the first bite. At least I took a bite out of it. First bite.